It turned out the real cooks at the Krusty Krab weren't SpongeBob at all. They were these 4 sea urchins. Whenever they were given food, they transformed into tiny elves. One day, SpongeBob made 10,000 Krabby Patties. After exhausting himself and falling asleep, the tiny elves appeared. They carried SpongeBob onto a table and tucked him in with a napkin as a blanket. To thank SpongeBob, the elves decided to help him make Krabby Patties. They divided up the work, and every step was perfectly organized. After sprinkling on the sesame seeds, the Krabby Patties were finally complete. Before long, the burgers they made had piled up into a mountain. The next morning, SpongeBob woke up. The moment he opened the kitchen door, he was completely stunned. The entire kitchen was filled with Krabby Patties. Mr. Krabs decided to reward him with a day off. SpongeBob's vacation was incredibly boring. No matter what he tried, he couldn't enjoy himself.
At least tomorrow I'll be back at work making Krabby Patties.
On his way to work, he couldn't wait to start cooking again. But when he entered the kitchen, it was already packed with Krabby Patties. SpongeBob guessed that maybe he had sleepwalked and made them himself. He decided to check the security footage to find the truth. He turned on the Krusty Krab surveillance system. Suddenly, Krabby Patties started moving, all by themselves. It turned out the tiny elves were carrying them.
You're not really SpongeBob. Then I better come back tonight and see for yourself.
Soon, night fell. SpongeBob sneaked into the kitchen and hid inside a barrel. The tiny elves jumped out through the ventilation pipe and skillfully began making Krabby Patties. SpongeBob immediately jumped out to stop them, but to repay his kindness, they insisted on continuing to make Krabby Patties for him. SpongeBob tried to scare them away, but not only were they unafraid, they tossed him straight into a trash can. SpongeBob decided to capture them, but every elf he caught instantly turned into a Krabby Patty.
Will you stop making Krabby Patties? No!
In the end, SpongeBob gathered all the ingredients and locked them inside the refrigerator. But before long, laughter came from inside. The tiny elves were playing hockey in the fridge. They even fought back against SpongeBob. Hearing the commotion, Mr. Krabs rushed over and rescued SpongeBob. Just then, a strange sound came from outside. The tiny elves turned back into sea urchins. Mr. Krabs immediately chased them out of the Krusty Krab. At that moment, Plankton happened to pass by. Feeling sorry for them, he offered them some chum. The tiny elves immediately decided to repay Plankton.
Making some chum! Hey! What are you doing? Stop making chum!